Well, hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to 90DaysToFreedom.net. How are you out there? Hey, Mr. Roger Williams, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we hear you.
Awesome. I see everybody out there. You guys look amazing. I'm so excited to be here on this beautiful Thursday night. Want to welcome everybody in from all over the world. I want to say good night, good morning, good evening to some of you guys because we know that this platform is a global platform. Hey, Marshall. Hey, Sherry. All right, Linda. We see everybody chiming in. Let us know what cities you guys are calling in from. We're excited to have everybody on this 90 Days to Freedom platform where you can come and get training. We see you, Mr. Delco. You can get training. You can be inspired. You can hear amazing testimonies. You can see the faces of people who voices you only hear. I know you can't see my face, just a picture right now, but we want to give the gentleman the floor to shine. Hey, Mr. Rodney Berger. I heard you guys had a fantastic meeting tonight there in New York City. So we looks like that was Fred from Philadelphia. Big shouts out to the Philly market. I'm so excited that we are
Dr. Bonner, are you still able to hear Dr. Chyna?
Yes, you went out a little bit on me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep it rolling.
Okay.
She does so much. I don't know where she is.
for all that he does.
Yet.
Just the technology piece that I tell you, I would be lost. We would not have this piece up for so much.
Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Because we are here and we are one team, we can make things happen no matter where we are in the world. And let me tell you, there are people joining this great movement, this phenomenal system all over the world, and we're not stopping. Willie and Sherry Brown are having or celebrating their 5th wedding anniversary. We don't want to know what they're doing, but we know they're celebrating. Glory to, happy anniversary to you. Y'all send them some love. Just type happy anniversary in the chat bar to Willie and Sherry Brown. I don't know what they did with Woody and Uncle Rufus tonight, but you know what? We're rolling forward. 90 Days to Freedom is on the move. On our past 90 Days to Freedom webinar, we had the opportunity to connect with a website where we were voting for the best compensation plan of the year. And, we started out with Mr. Sykes at number 62. Today I checked, he's on the top 10. So I know by the time we're done with this thing or when they're done with that poll, our compensation plan will be listed as the #1 compensation plan in the world. And let me tell you, folks, and if you believe that, you should go ahead and vote. Make it happen. Because let me tell you, we do have the best, absolute best compensation plan in the world. My goodness. And guess what tomorrow is? That's correct. Tomorrow's that day we don't even talk about, but it still happens even though we don't say a word about it. My goodness. Oh, good to see everybody from everywhere joining in. My goodness, it's 10:09. I don't know, guys. I think we're just going to have to make this thing happen all over the world. Dr. Bonner, maybe you might want to start us off since Mr. Hill just showed up with a Carrot Bar shirt on. I mean, told us we're wearing Carrot Bar shirts today, but that's okay. Dr. Bonner, give us some words of wisdom, encouragement. Let all the people out there know who you are and tell them why you're so excited about this phenomenal opportunity and system and strategy we have in our hands.
Okay. Mr. Roger, I appreciate your introduction. My name is Brian Bonner. I'm in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I'm a sports chiropractic doctor, a practicing one for the last 17 years. I've been a Carrot Bars affiliate since October of 2013. I obviously enjoy Carrot Bars very much, but I think one of the main things for me, what attracted me to Carrot Bars was the fact that I love exclusivity. And what I mean by that is, quite simply, we're the only one in our own lane, and I love that. Lots of other opportunities out there. There's travel, there's nutrition, there's weight loss and such, but there's nobody who has currency grade gold. To me, that was probably one of the deciding factors which made me jump on board and really push hard to build my business. The other is legacy building. I've got one daughter, a beautiful daughter who's in college, and I always like to tell folks, or folks who've heard me talk and present, I always mention the fact that I'm saving for my grandchildren who aren't even here yet. I think many of us sometimes lose sight of that. But really, we want to leave something for our children and our children's children. I think I read a good book that mentioned that once or twice. And then, of course, lastly, the product. Very exclusive product. Obviously, 24 karat 999.9% gold bullion is the best you can have, quite simply. And so, something that'll be here long after us. Gentlemen here tonight will be here. We're able to, again, start a legacy, leave a legacy, and do right by the folks we care and love about and love.
Well said.
Wow, Dr. Bonner, that was awesome. Hey, tell us real quick, how did you get started in the world of Karat bars? When did you get started, and what did you actually do on your first months of getting started?
Well, I was approached by a gentleman I respect, and he came to me. Actually, came to my house. He was in the next room, and two gentlemen came and they sat down with me, and they had approached me about different opportunities before. In the world of chiropractic, we get a lot of folks who come to us about nutritional things. Obviously, we're kind of a natural way of treating the body. So, of course, folks always approach us with different opportunities as it relates to nutrition. So this was kind of outside of the normal realm. But again, once I immediately jumped on it. It was presented to me. I took a free position. I packaged up the next day, especially once I understood the compensation plan. And I knew that positioning was key. I knew that timing was key. And so that was really, how I got started. To be honest with you, the first couple months, my daughter was getting ready to go to college. So I was going back and forth. She played soccer in college. So I was going back and forth to Charlotte, North Carolina to watch her play. Had a few other things. I opened up another practice. I've got 2 practices here in Atlanta. So I was pretty busy. So I kind of put Karat bars on the back burner, to be honest with you, the first couple days or first couple months. But then I started looking at my back office and started noticing the amount of volume and the amount of work that folks were doing. And I said, well, wait a minute. I started doing a little calculation, and I'm a numbers guy, and numbers don't lie. And I put the pedal to the metal, and it's been full force ever since.
Wow, that's absolutely phenomenal. I'm kind of grinning and laughing because, that seems to be somewhat typical in some circles where people will look at, getting connected. Once they get that invitation, they will get connected and get in position. You talked about being in position. And then, because of life, because of what we're doing, I mean, we are on the grind. I mean, if you're doing anything for your family, for yourself, for your children, for the grandchildren that are not even here, you're already on the grind. You're already working on establishing something great as a legacy for your family. And then Karat bar shows up and you sign up because you know it's great, but you don't have time to do anything. But every now and then you'll tip in and look at your back office. And then, like Dr. Bonner said, wait a minute, that got his attention. The same thing has happened all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. Many people are doing exactly the same thing that Dr. Bonner has done. And now, the rest is history. He's done so phenomenal with his network, with his team of people. I'm sure he's inviting as many people as he can, as often as fast as he can, to get as many people acclimated to this great, absolutely wonderful strategy as possible. Man, that's phenomenal. Excellent story. So you're in Atlanta, huh?
Yes, sir. I live in the South Fulton area of Atlanta, and I've got a practice in Midtown Atlanta and a practice over by the airport, kind of East Point.
That's great.
Yes,
That's
sir.
great. Man, that's great. Well, you know what? I'm just excited just to know that we actually have a legitimate, logical business strategy system that is relevant to every single person on the planet. Everyone.
Right.
As long as you're 18 years of age and over, you can be the recipient of what this system has to offer. And I mean, it amounts to nothing more than free gold. Can anybody receive free gold? Does anybody out there want to get free gold? That's all I'm saying, free gold. Where else on the planet can you get free gold? Dr. Bonner already said nowhere. My goodness. Dr. Bonner, wow, what a story. I really appreciate it. Man, I feel like coming over there and let you chiropract me for a minute just because that's so great.
Come on through, my friend. I'll lay hands on you.
Oh, yes. Wow. So phenomenal. Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, show your love for Dr. Bonner out there. Just type in the chat bar how much you appreciate and love him. And that story is awesome. And you know, all of these 90 Day to Freedom webinars that we have, you can watch the archived version of this on 90daystoFreedom.net. So you'll be able to hear Dr. Bonner's testimony again and again and again. My goodness, that was phenomenal. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, next on our list, we have Mr. Rodney Hill. He's going to come and share in his own way everything that he was able to do, especially how he got that Carrot Bars t-shirt or golf shirt.
Can't tell you that.
You're not going to share that with us? Mr. Hill, thank you for coming in tonight. Share with the people who you are, how you got started. Just tell them in your own words everything that you want them to hear.
Okay, absolutely. Well, first off, I'm going to say you're a sharp brother, my friend. I need to put you on a billboard somewhere. You're looking really good, man. So, but anyway, my name is Rodney Hill. I actually was introduced to this business by Dr. Brian Bonner. I've known him for about, how long now, Doc? About a little over 10 years. And basically, the long story short of it is that I met him, I had a car wreck. And that's how he was one of my doctors. And we, became good friends over the years and things of that nature. So fast forwarding, when he found out about the opportunity, we have another mutual friend that's a doctor as well. He's also in Carrot Bars. He's a little fade to black though. But anyway, I was at his office. Doc walked in and he was technically showing him Carrot Bars, but I was just in the right place at the right time. So I got an opportunity to see Carrot Bars. So like most people, I saw it. I knew a little bit about gold, but I learned so much more after I actually got involved in Carrot Bars. But long story short of it, I did a little research like most people would probably do. I didn't do months though. It only took about a week or two. When I found out all the things I needed to know, I got with Doc. And one of the things, and I'm going to introduce later on a guy that just joined us as well. But one of the things that's key for someone that can really do well with this business, if they're a self-starter. So I just came to Doc and said, hey, what exactly do I do? And he laid the plan down for me, and I did exactly just that. And that's how I wound up having the success I had in Carrot Bars. But we're like a dynamic duo. So if you see one, you always see the other. So we work well, phenomenally as a team. But the thing about Carrot Bars was, like I said, I knew about gold. But when I saw the opportunity to be able to get currency grade gold, 999.9, 24 karat gold, the kind that the government used to settle their debt, that sold me. But one of the other things I was looking for, and again, sometimes timing is everything, and sometimes you just be in the right place at the right time. I was also looking for an opportunity to get free, financial freedom. When I saw this compensation plan, it took me about 2 to 3 weeks to finally get it. But then one night the light bulb hit, and then I didn't even find out till later on that our compensation plan built to infinity, and the volume never flushed. And then after I found that out, that was pretty much a wrap. But I've never seen a compensation plan, like all my years in entrepreneurship and business, never seen a compensation plan like this. And for those that are like guests that are here, and I told somebody this earlier, the reality is we're an e-commerce company with a very lucrative affiliate rewards program. So we don't have anything against network marketing, but there's some subtle differences why this is technically the best compensation plan on the planet. So that's pretty much my story, Roger. And and again, every day, I thank Dr. Bonner for for bringing this opportunity my way, but also take myself for taking advantage of it. So
wow. So let me get this straight. You said that you were in the right place at the right time.
Right, but I also took advantage. A lot of people be in the right place, right time, but they don't take advantage. I saw this one, and it went all feet going. So yeah, absolutely.
Roger?
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, my friend, but what's the old saying? You can't say the wrong thing to the right people.
That's it.
And when I had the opportunity, again, I was sharing it with a business partner of mine, actually. And I remember that conversation. I remember that meeting, Rod, very well. And actually, Rodney got it more than he did. But I ended up getting both people in my organization, which is wonderful. Like Rodney said, we're kind of the dynamic duo. We bounce things off of each other. I think that's critical and crucial. But building relationships, I think Sherry put it in the chat box. I mean, that's really ultimately what we're doing. Very unique opportunity. I tell folks all the time, again, not to steal Rod's thunder, but I tell folks all the time, to do what I do, to open up a business like I do, a doctor's office, we're probably going to spend, 6 figures and won't make any profit for 6 months. I tell folks for $350 and a couple of grams a month, you can build an income that I build with opening up an office for $100,000 for a whole lot less. So I think this is, again, an extraordinary opportunity. I work this. It's not my other business or my side business. This is my business, and I treat it as such. And I think that's important as well.
Wow. Now see, that speaks volumes, because there are a lot of people out there, Doc, that are thinking about or wanted to, or even maybe they still want to start a franchise or open up a business, and they just have to have that brick and mortar configuration in their hands, but they just don't really see or get it, because you said it earlier, this is a category creator. It's not been done ever before, and there's no one else that's in the same lane as we are. So it's amazing that you recognize that right off the bat, and you took advantage of it. You're utilizing the system to its fullest force. Folks, look, we have a system. This system spins off free gold and residual income, cash flow. And it's proven. Not only that, if something were to happen to you, your business can be shifted over to whomever you have set as a beneficiary. It's proven. And Dr. Bonner said he was building this business for his grandbabies who aren't even here yet. I'm with you, Dr. Bonner. I'm building this for grandbabies that aren't even here yet. I don't even know their name. They're not here. But when they arrive, they will already have a legacy, a dynasty, an empire, a gold empire waiting for them, because the system will start spinning off free gold and a never-ending stream of cash flow that will make anybody happy. Are you happy, Dr. Bonner?
Very happy.
Yes.
Definitely happy when Friday rolls around. When I wake up in the morning, and one of the first things I do, besides tell my wife I love her, is check my Carrot Bar's back office, and it's a beautiful thing. But I think and Rod's known me for quite a long time. I think when you love what you do, the money will take care of itself. I think you just treat people with dignity and respect. I think people see your sincerity, and things generally work out for the best. But you have to stay consistent, and that's the thing. This isn't a flash in the pan or a 2-week deal. This is it's kind of a lifestyle change. I find myself prospecting wherever I go. I prospect at the gas station. I prospect when I, go to Starbucks. I prospect there. I prospected my my dry cleaner guy the other day. I had an issue with a couple of shirts. I had some stains on some shirts that I got cleaned, and I was very nice to him and cordial with him. And I asked him, I said, "Hey, do you look at other streams of income?" Told him what I did, and told him the kind of professionals I'm working with. And he said, "Well, give me a car." And I gave him a car. You never know.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we go about speaking to people all the time. I mean, every day we talk to people. Every day we have conversations with people. People talk about various different things. I mean, we talk about various different things to people. We make suggestions. We make recommendations. People say various things about, what we have, what we are. Like I said to Mr. Hill, that's an absolutely wonderful Carrot Bars golf shirt. XX would be fine. Just tell me where to pick it up.
That's two double X's.
There we go. 2 double X's for the men on the Thursday night 90 Days of Freedom webinar. Anybody else in the chat bar need a double X or any size Carrot Bar shirt you want? We're gonna see what Mr. Hill can do for us. Yes. But
all right, just give me a call. I'll work it out.
You just heard Dr. Bonner say, it matters not who he's talking to. He's going to mention what he's doing to somebody. Why? Because he believes in it. He knows it works. He wants to help people, and he knows, he already is aware that when you begin to start helping people, the cash flow will show up. The free gold will show up. Yeah. Look at what Mr. Hill said. He said one day the light came on. I mean, the light came on. I had that light come on moment with me, and I watched it happen with a lot of my business partners on my team. When that light comes on, there's nothing you can do or say to stop that person from running. Have you stopped running, Mr. Hill?
Oh, absolutely not. I was going to piggyback off something Doc said about prospecting. This was one of the many businesses where because you got the best product on the planet, we talk to everybody. I can't say this gentleman's name, but here's another thing I realized yesterday. I was at the gym and I prospected an NBA player. He's a former NBA player. But the thing was, now you would think an individual like that would know something about gold. He had no clue. Him or his buddy he was with. But my point is, because of the fact that I know within that we have the best opportunity on the planet. See, if I'm not knocking any other businesses, but I don't think I would have had that confidence if I was in a coffee deal or something like that. But I know I got the best product on the planet. So I was able to approach him with no problems at all, no nervousness, no anything. But it's funny that he said that because, it's just one of the easiest businesses to prospect with. I mean, it's gold. I mean, what else can you say? You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. Absolutely. My God, folks, let me kind of reel it in for us. And I'm going to do this, Mr. Hill, while you look at the chat bar, because the sizes are being documented in the chat bar. Everybody those shirts. Hey, look, folks. We have the absolute best product on the planet. It was said before. I'm going to say it again. We have the absolute best product on the planet. Let me tell you why I know that to be true. Today I was in Buckhead, Georgia. Some of you may know that place. Some of you may have heard of that place. That is what a lot of people call the financial capital of Atlanta, or whatever you want to say. Anyway, there's lots of money, big money in Buckhead, lots of big stuff. I was attending a seminar up there, and in this seminar there was very few people like myself there, but that's okay. I wasn't scared. I wasn't afraid. I walked in with dignity, and when I walked in, my very presence demanded an explanation. They wanted to know who I was and what I did before anything ever happened, but I didn't say a whole lot. I was there to listen, watch, observe, and take notes, and take names, and hand out cards, and that I did. But let me tell you one thing that happened in that meeting. There was a meeting of about 60 people in there, and the guy was talking, and he was talking about their product. Their product was real estate. talked about the real estate, and then he talked about their system, and then he talked about the price of their system and all the stuff. And then one guy raised his hand and said, wait a minute, so what happens if the economy goes bust? None of this matters anymore, right? And the guy said, well, yeah, you might be right. Well, what are we going to do? And they had not an answer. And I just prepared myself. I said, oh, here we go. Because we have the answer, ladies and gentlemen. We have the answer to the problems that the people are facing in the economy. Everybody that you see in the mornings, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do an exercise. For those of you that may not get out very much in the mornings, I want you to get out in the morning. Some of you can take the 7:45 shift. Some of you can take the 8:45 shift. And I want you to drive around your city on the major highways and see all the people that are driving, going somewhere, wherever they're going to maintain that career that they're maintaining. You know, how long have they been on a career? 5, 10, 15, 20, 18 years, 32 years? And how is that going for them? If the career that they are engaged in was ever meant to make them free and give them true wealth, don't you think it would have happened by now?
Absolutely.
But it hasn't happened. Why? Because we are the ones that have the logical, legitimate, relevant product system on the planet, and they're waiting for you. They're looking for you. That's why inviting your cleaners guy, the guy at the gas station, the guy at the coffee shop, the guy at the breakfast place, the guy at the wherever you are, in the gym. And it doesn't matter who they are, whether they are big in stature, whether they have status like you've never known before. It matters not.
Absolutely.
Tell everybody, wait for nobody. Get and accumulate a lot of gold, as much as you can, as fast as you can. We just finished a Let's Go weekend here in Atlanta. And we had Cheryl Gover here, and my goodness, she set us ablaze. She opened up one of the sessions with a story that we didn't know was a story. She went Orson Welles mode on us. And if some of you don't know what that means, my goodness, you might want to get connected to find out what that's about. She told us a story that made the whole room drop. I was talking to Mr. Kevin James Brown a little earlier today, and he told me that he had viewed a stream, and where he was in Texas, his heart dropped when he heard the story. And so the message was heart-dropping to the extent that everybody thought, what are we going to do now? What's going to happen next? What's the day after looking like? Oh, my goodness. And it was basically a reality check. What are you going to do when you can't get any more cash out of the ATM? Mm-hmm. How are you situated? How is your family situated when the grocery stores are closed down and there's nothing to get out of there? Do you have seeds? Do you have gold? Do you have, well, I don't know if you really are going to need any paper set aside, but I surely would set aside a lot of gold. I mean, really, seriously, I would. I would do that. But let me tell you, that was a heart-dropping moment. And then at the end of her story, she said, well, let me tell you, that did not happen. But I had 2 dreams that it's going to happen. And, you know, I believe it wholeheartedly. You know, I'm doing some research, and it happened in 1933. It happened in 1913. And my goodness, it's happening around the globe as we speak. Dr. Chyna Bethley, I think, is joining us again. My goodness, you know, this is such a wonderful platform to be able to talk about the things that are going on and the excitement that this very company that we're a part of has gendered in the lives of everyone that dares to take action and perform some simple tasks. Dr. Chyna, are you there with us?
Hey, I am here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can.
Awesome. Phenomenal job. It was so good to just hear the stories. I kind of came in and out today. You know, it's the close of the month, so the phone is ringing off the hook. We're getting these packages in and these gold purchases in, but I absolutely love what we have here and how it's changing so many lives and just the legacy building that's taking place and the commitment level that people have, not for just their own families, of course, but for the families of the people that they know and love. So it just speaks high volumes that we're just in the right place at the right time with what's happening in the economy. So much is going to be rolling out, and we're going to be even more happier the day, you know, as days go by, that we not only made the decision, but that we stuck with it and we shared it with those that we love and at least gave them an opportunity to decide to start saving their money the right way and protecting their legacies and their future and things like that. So just want to say outstanding job to you gentlemen for doing what you do and being so committed. Want to encourage everyone to make sure you go and vote again if you haven't voted, and you may be able to do it again. Mr. Roger Williams showed us that on last Tuesday. If he's at, Mr. Harold Sykes is at number 10, let's get him to number 1. So I just want to turn it back over to you guys, see if Mr. Rodney Hill, if you have any closing words, or Mr. Brian Bonner, if you guys have any closing words, and we're excited.
Awesome. If you don't mind, let's. I want to introduce a gentleman real quick. His name is Wayne Schaffer. If we can bring him on for just a moment, I want him to share his story. Something I said earlier. The reason why I want to bring him on is because, to me, like, this has been a while where it's been like a breath of fresh air. And what I mean by that is, when I always talk to the team, I say one of the magic phrases that you always want to hear is, what do I do? Because I want to do exactly what you guys are doing. And that's when you know you got somebody that's hungry, that's coachable, teachable, and trainable, and will follow a system. So if we could bring Mr. Wayne Schaffer on, he came on board about 2 weeks ago. Okay. If you guys know about our system, you know, the first thing that we talk about is, you know, your inventory, writing that list. That's the important part. But then right when you write that list, you want to do your PGR within the next 72 hours, at least 1 or 2 of them. I mean, this gentleman, we already got 2 on board with 1 on the way, and this is about to be the 3rd PGR. Okay, I'm talking about this guy is really doing it. So, but I want him to share his story because he has a awesome background. He probably won't share all of that, but I just want him to kind of share his why on what he saw with Karatbars. Mr. Wayne Schaffer, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Rodney.
Awesome, awesome. Go ahead and just share your story with us if you don't mind. You know, I know we've been talking extensively over the past few days, so we can't talk about everything, but just give us, you know, a good synopsis of what you saw as far as Karatbars is concerned, why you took advantage of it, and what you expect to get out of the business overall, if you don't mind.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, I'm thankful for everybody to giving me the opportunity to even have an opportunity to talk to you guys. What I saw, well, the bottom line is I work in an industry that allows me or affords me the opportunity to go around the world and work in some pretty austere environments. Not the average place that everybody wants to go, but I get paid very well to do it. It's a risk versus reward kind of thing. One thing is consistent around the world is that the people who don't have any money are usually looking down the barrel of a gun at someone who's making all the calls, who does have all the money. Now, what I mean by that, and by saying that, is that simply, you don't want to wait till that day when your money is no longer worth anything, because the one thing that is not going to depreciate in value is gold, period. It never has since the beginning of time. Gold and silver. If you go back in history and you look, countries have lost wars based on lack of not being able to provide any gold for themselves. People have gone hungry, all of those things. Now, I'm not an apocalyptic kind of person, but reality is reality. And when you look at what goes on around the world, because we are afforded, some of us are afforded the opportunity to work and travel, and you see it happening from place to place. Populations increase, more people want a piece of the pie. There's not enough to go around. All these types of things start happening. So for me, this was an obvious opportunity. Now, what's even better about this for me, and Rodney was kind enough to bring me on board with my original sponsor, Mike. I've got a chance to work around Dr. Bonner before. He's a wonderful guy. These guys all were willing to help me as a team. And that is a huge part of what I love about Karatbars. It's one thing to be in network marketing or something like that, you know, and you got to buy this and buy your position and all those kind of things. I'm not into that. I call these guys up in the middle of the evening or the middle of the night, and they're like, hey, what do you need? Oh, I need you to talk to this person. Hey, I got you. I've got you covered. I've been fortunate enough to bring on a couple of people already in the last 2 weeks, and I'm looking forward to bringing on very many more. I want to better understand the business and become more involved with assisting where I can and offering it to people. Ironically enough, I'm waiting on my business cards and my shirts from Mr. Hill. So, so all in favor of a double XL. I'm with you on that. But anyway,
turn the camera off.
yeah, exactly. Ironically, your fault for wearing it, right? But ironically enough, today I went to an ATM machine, and just a quick story. I'm there in the middle of Dunwoody, which is not far from Buckhead, if anybody knows Atlanta. And I go to an ATM machine, and a young man standing in front of me, he's very pleasant, turns around, hands me his card, hands me two actually, and he says, "I am the best real estate agent on the planet, and one day you're going to need me." And I said, "Really?" And he goes, "Yes. And what do you do?" And I didn't know if I really wanted to comment to him or not, but I did. And I said, "Well, you know, I've started getting into something that I think is pretty lucrative, and if you like gold, it'd be the way to go." And he goes, "Oh yeah, I like that." He says, "Tell me more about it." I said, "No, how about you give me your number? You gave me your card. I'll give you my number. You give me a call when you're ready. We'll sit down and talk." But you know, it's true. You don't deny anybody the opportunity. It's not a matter of status or privilege. Everybody deserves an opportunity to have the American dream.
Mm-hmm.
And how many people can actually go to bed at night and say that you close your eyes, lay your head on your pillow, and truly believe that you've acquired the American dream? Seriously, you know, can you sleep in confidence knowing that tomorrow when you wake up, what you have is still going to be yours?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can tell you firsthand, doing what I do for a living, I've seen people have it all and lose it overnight. Like I said, at the end of the barrel of a weapon. And it's unfortunate, but it's real. So bottom line is, protect yourself, protect your future, protect your grandkids, your future, everybody. You know, if you've got some and then you're a kind enough soul and everything is collapsed around you, you could help a neighbor by giving them a little bit of something so they could buy that food to put it on a table. And to me, these gentlemen who have been kind enough to both present this to me and then give me the opportunity to use their time and knowledge. I mean, this gentleman is a doctor. You know, he's got patients. He's got to take care of his patients. In the middle of taking care of his patients, he's like, "Hey, I got to put on the headset and talk to somebody." He doesn't shy away from anyone.
Right.
So to me, that speaks volumes. So I am privileged and happy and appreciative to be here. And I hope that this is just the beginning for me.
Oh, great. Appreciate that, Wayne. That was well said, my friend.
Where's my shirt?
We'll talk afterwards.
Wow.
Hey, those come in black too, don't they? I know they come in white, but do they also come in black? I kind of like the black with the gold on it.
That is amazing.
I think I'm gonna let Dr. Bonner just close this thing out, but let me say this, and thanks for those words, Mr. Wayne. I want to share this with everybody. This was something that I learned many years ago, and it stayed with me all this time. And this is the blueprint that I've used on my road in quest to be truly financially free. Yes, we got goal. I understand that, but guys, we talked about this compensation plan. This is a true opportunity for you to build a significant, keyword significant, income to actually, let me tell you something. One of my biggest motivators is traffic. I cannot stand traffic. I have to, what I do now, and Wayne to tell you, I focused on this business up until 2:30. I pick my daughter up from school every single day, okay? That's about as much traffic that I get into because it's traveling from Snellville to Roswell, and they got all types of ridiculousness going on in Roswell, Holcomb Bridge. That's about as much as I'm doing, and I almost want to jump out and scream just doing that. So I can't imagine how people do that every single day. But anyway, going a little off subject, I want to share this with you. I learned this a long time ago. If you guys truly want to be financially free, please write these 5 things down. With this platform, you can do it. The first thing you got to do is you have to be in business. I learned this a long time ago, and you probably heard this before. You cannot pay those residual bills with a linear income. You can't do it, okay? The first thing you got to do is be in business. Number 2, you have to leverage yourself. Leveraging means that you utilize other people's time, talent, education, leadership, and money to benefit yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you're in a position to do that with carrot bars. The third thing I learned is that you want to create residual income. Okay, that's doing the work one time, getting paid time and time again. Okay, God forbid if you're doing a linear income right now, and something happened to you, guess what? Those bills are going to keep coming, but your income is going to stop, with the exception of maybe disability, whatever you're going to be on. But my point is, it's going to be very challenging when you cannot continue to work. So you got to have residual income. For those that don't know what that means, you pay them all the time. Gas, lights, they cut them on one time, but you pay that bill every single month. But now you have an opportunity to flip it and be on the other side of that coin with carrot bars. The fourth thing is taking advantage of a red hot trend or product. Guys, I said it, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. We got the best product on the planet because it's real money and you can talk to everybody. Less than 1% of the, I don't even know about the world, but I know for sure less than 1% of the US population on gold. That means everybody needs it. Okay, we got the best product in the world, but here's the fifth piece that puts it all together. All four of those are fantastic, but if you do not follow a simple and duplicatable system, your business will not grow. We struggle with that because of the first year or two, but then, you know, we got some fantastic people in our organization. But the thing was, they didn't understand these 5 things I'm telling you. So our business grew, but it didn't explode. Then all of a sudden an epiphany hit. And the next thing you know, it started just growing like wildfire. Trust me, it can happen. But you got to, this is the reason why that synergy group with NHTSA, that's why she was able to build that 20,000 strong, because of the 5 things I just told you. But that system, once you learn it, teach it, learn it, teach it. If you've been in sales for 50 years, don't bring that over here. God bless Boomer. He said this one time, and he said that what works doesn't necessarily mean it duplicates. Okay, so some things will work, but they won't duplicate. Remember that. If you guys remember those 5 things, I promise you, you can achieve financial freedom and time freedom. And on the other side of it, for the future, you'll have plenty of gold to go along with it. And that's all I got to say. Doc.
Know what else I can say after that? Shut it down. Mic drop. You know, I just, you know, I'll just add my 2 cents. You know, we've been on quite a bit and want to respect folks' time. You know, I'm an old football guy. I don't know, some of you guys know I played professionally with the Redskins for 3 years and up in Canada for 6, and played obviously in college. I'm a Big Ten guy where we go to class. Anyways, I just think that you have to keep it simple. Most things that you know that do well has a very simple formula. And so I think if we do that and utilize, you know, I mean, this is a wonderful team. You've got Dr. Chyna, you've got Dawn, you've got Roger, you've got Mr. Delco. I mean, you've got wonderful people to work with. You just have to put time and effort in and stay consistent and keep it simple. Tons of training, tons of support, and you've got to, you know, as we all have beaten it like a dead horse tonight. It's a very unique opportunity and arguably one of the best opportunities I've ever seen in my life. So take advantage of it, have fun with it, but more important, keep it simple and have fun. Back to you, Roger.
Wow, you know, wow, this has been totally awesome, absolutely wonderful. Well said, very well said. I just want to add a little tidbit to that. You said the key word simplicity. You know, my mentor, my senior partner, man, I tell you, this guy is so awesome to me. Mr. Ty Best said it like this. He said, simplicity equals duplication, and duplication creates wealth. And that's the type of system we have here with Carrot Bars. So I'm going to give you the little tidbits. Again, from the great Ty Best. Simple training. Save gold. Tell people. Make money. That's simple training. That's it. That's duplicatable too. But hey, you want to do fast training? Want to do big training? All right, here it is. Ready? Tell a lot of people, save a lot of gold, make a lot of money. Whew. That's from the words of my mentor, my senior partner, the man, Mr. Ty Best, who is celebrating a anniversary today. He and Valerie Best celebrating their anniversary. Oh my goodness, I don't know where they are, probably enjoying some luscious apple pie or whatever they're doing. If they're not, I'm gonna enjoy a slice for you. But nonetheless, Dr. Bonner, thank you so very much, man. We appreciate you. Great words of wisdom, great testimony. Mr. Rodney Hill, absolutely phenomenal, man. Thank you so very much. Double X all the way for everybody all around on paddle. Mr. Wayne Schaffer, man, somebody on the chat bar said you have a nice voice. I don't know where to check that out. But I mean, it was nice and calming. But you know what? It's real simple, people. All we have to do is, like Mr. Best says, tell a lot of people, save a lot of gold, and we will make a lot of money. You know what? Until our next 90 Days to Freedom, which of course you know occurs every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 p.m. We're going to be right here on this platform. You can go to www.90daystoFreedom.net. You can check out the resources. There's the documents for the 90 Days of Freedom that you can download and print and study and follow through your 90-day run to freedom. And let me tell you, if you run to freedom, you take 90 days to do it, guess what? You will be free. It's just going to happen. It's going to happen. The link above will tell you the location where you can go and vote for Carrot Bars as the 2016 top direct selling compensation plan. I mean, what's phenomenal about this is we are an e-commerce company and we still have the top affiliate plan on the planet. Folks, I've had a blast. On behalf of Dr. Chyna Bethley and the host of all the other super affiliates we have, you know, I bid you the best that Carrot Bars has to offer, and that's simply free gold and continuous streams of income just because you took action. Have a beautiful, excellent, wonderful day. Appreciate you.
Hey, Roger.
Yes, sir.
Real quick before y'all leave,
Yes, sir.
talk me into it. If y'all really want to get access to a shirt, I put my email in the email box. Go ahead and email me your name and number and we'll talk. Everybody except Roger.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
We'll talk.
Appreciate you, Mr. Hill. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for being on this episode of 90 Days to Freedom. And, you know, we're going to go for the gold. That's all I can say. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Let's make some history tonight. The child inside is wild. Let's make this moment come to life. The time is on our side. Don't know what's up ahead, it's only high and low. Picture it in your head, nothing's impossible. We're gonna make it now, we're gonna leave our mark. Let's take a shot in the dark. Ready, set, go for gold. Chasing every heartbeat, we can feel it starting. Ready, set, go for gold. Chase it till we own it, living in the moment. Ready, set, go for gold tonight. Ready, set, go for gold tonight. Even if we fall and make mistakes, we live, we learn, we change. Gotta keep on going every day, and it will be worth the wait. Don't know what's up ahead, it's only high and low. Picture it in your head, nothing's impossible. We're gonna make it now, we're gonna leave our mark. Let's take a shot in the dark. Ready, set, go for gold. Chasing every heartbeat, we can feel it starting. Ready, set, go for gold. Chase it till we own it, living in the moment. Ready, set, go for gold tonight. Ready, set, go for for gold. The night